Hey, I'm Kenneth Wajda. I'm a professional photographer here in Colorado. Welcome to another one of my Leica talks, all things Leica. So today I'm going to talk about this beautiful little lens. It's a 90mm f4. Look, it's got a little bit of a piece of leather missing on it, so it's not pristine. But the lens is in incredibly good clear condition. The glass is good. There may be a little dust in the camera lens. You may see when you look through it and put a light through, you might see a little dust. Leica said that when they were building the cameras, dust was a part of it. It's inevitable. Don't worry about it. You won't see it in your final photographs. One of the beauties of Leica lenses are their optical quality is so good. People get worried about dust. Do not worry about dust. It doesn't matter. They said that the idea of trapping that lens so sealed to the point that no dust can get in wouldn't be good for things like condensation. And they purposely built them knowing there would be some dust. There's even some dust when it first comes out of the box the first time you get it. Don't worry about dust. Now, if you want to get a second lens for your Leica, you have the 50, you have the Leica M6, or any of the M's, because the M's are the only ones you can really use with longer lenses and wider lenses and actually see something in the viewfinder. The Leica M6 has viewfinder lines for a 90. This lens you can pick up for a couple $100. The 135 you can probably pick up for less than a couple of $100. People don't want long nose lenses on their Leicas. And the 135 doesn't sell for much. And the 90 doesn't sell for much. And they make a 92.8, which I think you might spend $300 for. But the 90 f4, you can pick that up for under $200. Nobody wants them. And it's still great optical quality. You want to take a nice portrait of your friends, you're going out to a barbecue, put a 90 on, and instead of shooting scenes, instead of shooting people enjoying the environment, shoot portraits. Shoot close-ups. The 90 lets you do that. And again, if you've got that 50 already, it gets you a second lens in that camera system without spending a lot. I'm big on not spending a lot of money on Leicas. I have spent money to buy bodies and lenses, but for one thing, I only buy when a great deal comes around. I never go out and say, I'm going to go out and buy a 90, and then go out and look and see what I can find and pay for it. I buy it when it comes into my awareness, oh, hey, that's available and it's a good price. And that's the only way I buy. So you can too. But look for their telephoto lenses. When you want to add a second lens and you don't want to spend a lot of money, that's the next one. If you have a 50 and you want to get a 35, you're going to spend a lot of money. They're 35 Summicron, they're 35 Summilux, they're thousands of dollars. But their 90 isn't. Their 75 is a little bit pricey, but their 90 isn't, because they made a lot of these all the way back into the 50s and people don't use them. The 135, you can see them all day long for under $200 online because people aren't buying them. So you're building out your kit. You're working to get more gear to make your kit bigger. A 50 and a 90 is a nice two-lens combination for taking out. Look how small this is. This could fit in your pants pocket or your jacket pocket without too much trouble. And now you've got a two-lens system. So I'm a real big fan of people who say, I want to add a second lens. What should I do? Go with the long lens. At least just because it's an inexpensive way into a second lens. Now you have two choices. And especially if you're using the Leica M, because it's got the frame lines for both 90 and 135, as well as 50, 35, or the M6 even goes down to a 28. And you'd be surprised how much you can do with those two lenses only. All right, that's today's Leica talk. If you have any comments, I welcome those. If you have any questions, please post them down below. And if you're enjoying these, hit the subscribe button and I'll be back and we'll talk more Leica. As always, here's the good light.